Were you here 2 years ago? Did I do the fart thing with you? I did. Who was here 2 years ago? Who was not here 2 years ago for the panel? Oh, about half. Okay. So we're referring to 2 years ago. Tom Harris, Robin McNeil was also here. And yes, the two of us were, we had a lot of fun. And for those of you that were lucky enough to be here, you experienced that fun. It was super, super amazing. And I was messing with our sign language translator by saying fart, fart, fart. And she's not doing it. She was refused to do it. She was, I see you, I know you. Yeah. Oh my gosh, it's so funny. So my shirt, I make t-shirts on the side. This is keep calm and cling on. And that's a good, that's a good phrase for life, right? Keep calm and cling on. Klingons are very resilient. And they go all out. And today is a good day to die, right? So it's not half-assed. Today's a good day to be maimed. They don't say that, right? Today is a good day to break your ankle. No. Today is a good day to die. We go all out. So people are coming in. I know they scheduled the Nichelle Nichols photo op they moved it from like 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. So there's some people that might be running in at the last second. Here's two people right now. Is that Sean? No, that's not Sean. Is that Sean? Oh, there he is.
Garrett.
Yeah. And then I think we were in a different building or a different room 2 years ago for the panel, right? Oh, the one adjacent to here. Okay. She's like, I got your number. Oh my God. I'm just gonna leave the stage. She will be doing my Q&A. Oh my goodness. Other than the Paris-Kim duo, what is another favorite Star Trek duo that people like? Just curious. Shout it out. Say something. Spock and Bones. That's good. Kirk and Spock. Geordi and Data. Bashir and O'Brien. Who? Oh, Scotty and the Enterprise. Okay. That's a good duo. I'm giving her all I got! Okay.
Picard and Q.
What? Tuvok and Neelix? Nah, I prefer Tuvix, actually. That actor was so amazing. He was so professional. He was so, everything about him was so awesome. The last day that he was working, I cried. I walked up, I go, do you have to leave? Can you just stay here and be Tuvix and not have Tim Russ come back as Tuvok, please? Yeah. He wouldn't like that, but, he did such a good job. Guest stars are typically very nervous when they come on the set. Like, they don't know. It's so funny, you know a guest star by how they push buttons, it's usually too many, they're like, or too few. That's a guest star. But the guy that played Tuvix was amazing. He was well prepared, everything came out well, and he was just a consummate professional. So every now and then you get a great guest star like that, so we're happy about that. You're just sitting right there on the floor. She's like, yeah, I am. Are you doing press stuff, or? Okay, cool. Are you taking pictures of me with an iPad, though? No. Facebook Live, oh. Okay, is it on now? You finished it. Well, you just do the intro, so you saw me gallop out and you stopped? People were like, oh my God, yeah, the Garret Wang pet, he's galloping, and that's the end of it, okay. Oh my God. Yeah, so for those of you who have seen me in a panel, as you know, I enjoy making people laugh. I enjoy making people smile, because laughter is the best medicine. It really is. I mean, there has been some cases, proven cases of people that have terminal cancer that have laughed themselves to remission, which, it's not a drug, it's not chemotherapy, but it's laughter. So that's a good thing. Hi guys, come on in. Hey, come on down. Don't sit in the back of the bus. Come on up. All right. Very good. We have microphones set up here too? Yes? Yes? No, we have one. Okay. So this is for questions. So if anyone has any questions, they can come down to this microphone and line up and ask their question. Don't be shy. But if you don't have any, I can talk my butt off, so that's fine too. Either way. Oh, two brave souls. Hello, sir.
Hi. There have been a few other Trek stars from various episodes that have shown up on the Orville. Do you have any plans to do?
Ooh. Yeah. No, that's a good question. For those of you who don't know, I've spent the last 14 years in hiding. No, I've spent the last 14 years in a self-imposed hiatus from Hollywood. So I left in 2005, and as of about 1 month ago, I just signed with a new manager. I took some new headshots, so I made it back in there, and our conversation, thank you. The last meeting I had with my new manager, he says, yep, as soon as we pick the headshot, get your reel going, everything is, we're all ready to go, the first call I'm going to make is to Orville. And I said, oh, well, that's good. Yeah. What? Well, thank you. Yay! I would love to do a guest star on Orville. I would play a phaser. You know, I don't care. So, did you see Garrett? He was a phaser, actually. Psst, psst, psst. Right. Hi.
My question is, were there any episode or story arcs that you didn't enjoy while on Voyager?
Any episodes or story arcs that I did not enjoy while on Voyager? Probably Threshold, where Janeway and Paris become lizards and mate, and little lizards go into the little pond. I didn't enjoy that one. That was just strange. I said, is this Voyager or the Twilight Zone? I don't know which direction we're going with here, but that one was a little weird. Also, for me, I think for Kim, I think all of Kim's focused episodes were pretty good. The one with the Teresians, where I go down to the planet of women that say, oh, you're a Teresian, you must stay here, and you can choose as many of us as you want to mate with. I'm like, oh, okay. That episode was a little weird because they originally said that I was truly Teresian and they weren't, kind of trying to pull a fast one on me. So they had different thoughts about that, how that was supposed to happen. So that's probably the one episode for Kim that I wasn't as excited about, fighting the women off of me, whatever. But there was a dream sequence in that episode where Kim gets to he kisses 3 women in that scene. It was this beautiful blonde lady who ended up being the female Terminator, okay? The beautiful brunette lady, and then a beautiful African-American young lady. And I remember the entire 7 days of filming, they were always there, working on the show until the kissing scene. All 3 of their boyfriends show up that day. They're all standing on the side going, yeah, mm-hmm. Hey, watch your tongue, what are you doing? No, so it's like out of the blue, the boyfriends show up, so that was pretty weird. But that is very groundbreaking, because in the history of Hollywood, the Asian guy never gets the girl. It's true. I mean, if you look at Jackie Chan or Chow Yun-fat or Jet Li, they do all these movies here and they never get to kiss the girl. So for Kim, do you get to smooch on 3 women, in the same scene? That's like Guinness Book of World Records kind of stuff, right? So, yeah. But now with a movie like, who's seen Crazy Rich Asians here? Oh, pretty good. Yeah. Can you do better than that? Woo! Yeah. Let's do the wave. Ready? Wave. Bring it back from the backside. Oh. Okay, that was weak. Okay, let's try this one more time. From the front. Woo! And bring it back. Woo! you, right there. Yes. You kept calm and Klingon on that one. You went all the way, today was a good day to die. Everybody else was, today was a good day to get maimed. And you went, die. Thank you, sir. A for effort. All right, so thank you for that question. I appreciate that. Yeah. Hey, buddy.
Hey, man.
Good to see you. You're here. You made it.
I was going to make it.
You did make it.
I did make it. What would you say, in your personal opinion, what was one of the most difficult or weirdest props you had to deal with while you were on set? Whether it was an object or an idea or whatever that may be.
I don't think we had any really weird props. I will say that we had a phaser rifle that you would think that the prop master would make this out of some type of light, polycarbonate, whatever, but they found the heaviest tree, the densest wood possible, so this thing was, I don't know, maybe 75 pounds, and then it had a strap on there, and I remember taking off my uniform at the end of the day, and I had an indentation from the strap because it was so heavy, and I said, you know what, this is why the Starfleet is losing to the Borg, because you can't even lift your phaser rifle, you're like, and you fly back with that, right? So, not very efficient. Yes, thank you. Hi.
Hello.
Hey.
So I don't know if you know anything about Star Trek Discovery or about the story or anything.
Yeah, I do.
So at the end of season 2, they left off with Discovery going 900 years.
Wait, spoilers. Anyone who hasn't heard that, just close your ears right now. Go ahead.
900 years into the future.
Okay, all right.
And I was wondering, when they get to that place, what is the one thing that you would want them, or history, to remember about Harry Kim?
Oh man. That he never got promoted. That he was the punching bag of Voyager. It's true. Everything bad happens to Kim. Everything. There's two guys that come up to my table at a convention. They go, yeah, we're in college. We play this drinking game. We watch Voyager. Every time something bad happens to Kim, we drink. We get really drunk. Thank you. Yeah, I've actually only seen the first season I saw the first season of Discovery, and I saw one episode later in the season of the second season only. I need to catch up. So,
I'm sorry about the spoilers.
Oh, that's okay. No, they're just going to beat you later. So, what was crazy is that when I saw that one episode from season 2, one thing that I noticed was oh my God, the other bridge crew can speak, because in season 1, nobody else other than the main characters on the bridge would speak, right? And then all of a sudden, the other guys had lines. So I was very excited for that. I'm like, oh my God, they can speak. So, but good question. I have to think about that more. We'll see. Thank you. Yes. How are you?
Good, thanks. Just wanted to first off say, as an Asian woman, obviously grew up with not a lot of Asian male representation or
Yes.
Asians, period, so love what's happening now, love hearing that you're getting back into the acting game, and another Asian face out there representing.
Oh yeah.
So really looking forward to celebrating the Voyager anniversary with the Voyager crew on the Star Trek cruise.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously you love being center stage, so I was wondering, I know, right? I know, big supposition. Was wondering if you've got your say of what you would want to do in terms of the evening shows or the panels or anything that the slugs do on the cruise. What would you want to do?
Probably stand up. That'd be fun. Just do some stand-up comedy. I don't know. Charades. I like charades. That's fun. Star Trek charades. That'd be a good game. I don't know. I'm open to doing it, whatever. So I know that they have a lot of fun activities. And she's referring to the big Star Trek cruise. This is their 4th year that they're doing it, or something like that.
4th year. Yep.
Yep. She's holding the backpack. Very good. But I tried to get on year 2. First year they're like, oh, we're all full. So then I sent them an email year 2. I'm like, is there any more space? Blah blah. And they thought I was a fan. They're like, we have many more packages available for you. I'm like, no, dude. I'm on the show. And then I find out that this company has made their bread and butter are jazz music cruises, right? So these dudes decided, let's go into the Star Trek world. So the CEO knows nothing of Star Trek yet. Yeah,
They
so
also do NASCAR
they
cruises.
do NASCAR. Okay, there you go. There you go. NASCAR cruises. So those are their focuses. So they had no clue who I was. I go, I am on the show, like that. I'm trying to get it, but now I'm going finally. So, and
Really
I will
excited.
see you there. Yes.
Yeah. And a lot of the folks who've been going for a while have been asking, like, why don't you guys have Garrett on here? Because again, you love being on stage.
I
It's so
do.
much fun.
I'm a ham. I'm entertaining all the time. So
Yep.
yeah.
Well, looking forward to seeing you
Thank you
next
so
year.
much. I
Thanks.
appreciate that. And yeah, it's true with Asian representation. Star Trek has always been the best. Star Trek, if you think about it, had the first non-stereotypical Asian role, as far as I know, with Sulu, right? I mean, that was the first guy that was speaking without an accent. And I was able to come home from school and watch reruns of the original series and see somebody up there that looked like me, that didn't speak with the Chopsaki, Hop, Sing, Bonanza accent, and I was happy, right? Yeah. And he had a good, it would be horrible if Sulu had a really horrible voice, right? I mean, he speaks with no accent, but he's like, Warp 8, Warp 9, Captain? So, you know, no. But instead, he has that resident Warp 8, Warp 9. Yes. Who has talked to Sulu at this convention? Yeah. Isn't he amazing? Because he gives you all that time, right? You go get a Shatner autograph, you see the top of his head. He's just signing like that. You go up to George Takei, and it's just like, hey, how's it? Oh, I'm doing fine. I remember meeting you before when I was in Phoenix, 17 years ago. When your child was 3.5 and do you still have your golden retriever? And you're like, what? You remember, George? Of course I do. I was thank you. I just give you a little background. I was at it was called the Organization of Chinese Americans in Los Angeles, the OCA annual gala benefit dinner, and I was the MC, co-MC with Lauren Tom, the actress who was in Joy Luck Club. She was Ross's girlfriend on Friends, and so she was the co-MC, and we were about to start the program, so we go up there, and it was dinner, so everyone's still kind of eating, and she gets up, and she has a very small voice. She's like, excuse me? We're about to start the programming. And nobody's listening to her. They're just eating, drinking, talking. And she's like, oh, excuse me. And no one's listening to her. She's getting frustrated. I look at her, I'm like, Lauren, I think we need a little bit of George right now. She's like, who? Just give me the microphone. So I get up there and say, would everyone please stop what you're doing? Stop eating, stop drinking, and pay attention. We're about to begin the program now. Quiet. The whole place shut up, except for one person, George Takei, sitting at the front table, and he's like this. Typically, it's not good to do an impersonation of a person when they're in the same room, but in that particular case, it worked okay. We were at the Museum of Television and Radio in Los Angeles. Voyager was being honored, and they were going to show an episode of Voyager with the entire cast Q&A afterwards. First question in the Q&A, when we're done, guy gets up and goes,
Yeah, this is for Garrett. I just want to say, I know that you do an impersonation of Janeway.
she's sitting right there. And I'm like,
And could you do it for us now?
she's like, So the rest of my co-stars, like McNeil, Paris, and Chakotay, like, do it, come on, do it. I'm like, fine, stop it. I'm like, get up there.
There's coffee in that nebula.
And Kate's sitting there, she's,
I don't talk like that. Yes, you do. No, I don't. Yes, you do.
so. My mom sent me an email. She's like, stop impersonating Kate. She has feelings too. I'm like, Mom! Moms always do weird emails like that. They're like, here's another note for you. Remember this. So, but yeah, there's days that I can nail the Janeway, and there's days that I sound too Smurfy. You know, it just goes back and forth. It depends. Depends how my larynx is doing. I want you to have one good photo. I move around so much that, you know, it's usually, and that's another thing, guys. If I understand that everyone has limited funds when they come to con, but what I hate more than anything is I'm at my table and someone's 30 feet away and they quickly snap a picture from afar. Because I know that photo always ends up looking like this. And it's because the only one they have, they post that on Facebook and it goes viral, it's all over the place. And then I see it, I'm like, really? This is what you post? So I always tell my assistant, if you see somebody that's taking a photo, bring them up close and I'll pose for it. I'll stop talking and I'll pose. If you take a picture of me, it's free. If I walk around the table, I will charge you. But if I'm there, right there, let me pose for you so you have a nice, pristine photo. Yeah, all the cameras are coming up for your Facebook, so. Okay, that's probably the worst face I could have made. And now that's going to be on Facebook everywhere. Anyway, but yeah, but I understand because some actors get really, really angry. They're like, no photos, no photographs. I heard of one Star Trek actor. I'm not going to say his name, but he had a hoodie on. He got mad. He put the hoodie over his head and pulled the drawstring so it closed like that. So now he looks like Kenny from South Park, and it's just like.
No, you're not taking my turn, B.
That sounded more like Cartman, didn't it? Okay, so that was that guy. But for me, I'm okay. I'd rather you come closer and get a nice photo. So, hi, how are you?
Oh my.
Oh my.
Yeah, thanks, Sheriff, for coming out. So
Yeah.
hopping on that impersonation is because it's been documented that Rich Little's a big inspiration for
Oh,
that.
love Rich Little. Yes.
Do you have a favorite impression that you haven't done publicly? I mean, you've done the Georges and you've done the Star Trek crew. Is there one that you have in your back pocket that you haven't tried yet?
It's still in my back pocket.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's still there. No, there's not really anything. I pretty much throw it out there. Whatever impersonations I've done. There's nothing that's. I'm not waiting like fine wine for it to be the right year to come out with this one impersonation. But I'm always working on trying to get new impersonations going. Right? I'll practice and stuff. So, but if I come up with anything new, you'll be the first to hear about it. Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks, man. Hey.
Hi. So if you could go back and do Voyager over again,
Yes.
but you got to pick a different role in the ship,
Yes.
what would you pick?
A different character?
Or a different role, just any position on the ship.
Oh, you mean like my job on the ship, right? Oh, wow. Because Kim is, do we know what job he did? Does anyone know? Operations and? No! Operations and, that's so racist of you. Engineering and Asian? What? How dare you? We don't all look alike! Whatever. Okay, so, okay. No, it's actually operations and communications. That's what Kim is, so. Oh, you guys made it! Yeah, Matt? Hey, Bree, they were at did you guys get taken the photo early? Is that what happened? Cool, all right. They were at the Nichelle Nichols photo op. Kim is operations and communications. He was the only character, I think, in Star Trek that has two jobs, you know, so pretty busy, right? So if you look at Next Generation, you have an operations officer, Data, but no communications officer. The original series, you have a communications officer, Uhura, but no operations officer. So I always like to tell people that Kim is the love child between Uhura and Data, so. Wow. No, if I had another position that I would do, I don't know, I probably captain, yeah. I'll take captain. Yeah, people always ask me, you were never promoted. What's Kim doing now, years in the future? I go, oh, that is easy. Like at the end of Voyager, which ended in 2001, we're now, what, in the future, 18 years in the future. Kim obviously quit Starfleet because he never got promoted. But at Starfleet headquarters in San Francisco, he rents the retail space right next to the entrance of Starfleet headquarters, and he opens up Admiral Kim's Bar and Grill, where only ensigns and lower have a discount on their food. So that's how it's tactical, maybe, 2-box job, kind of like that. Weapons is kind of cool, right? Maybe, I don't know. I don't know, maybe the doctor would be kind of cool too. But that'd be too dead on to have an Asian doctor, right? It'd be like, oh, yeah. But that's crazy. Over 50% of the enrollment in every medical school in this country is Asian, but yet all the medical shows you watch on ER, House, you never see an Asian male doctor, like ever, which is shocking to me. I don't know why it's like that. What would you like to see Kim do other than operations?
I could see Commander.
Oh, nice, Commander. Or I could be a morale officer, just like Neelix. I could just sit there and cheer people up with jokes and impersonations like that.
There's coffee in that nebula.
Ow.
Sorry, Captain.
Kim, courtship jester is what I would be. Thank you, I appreciate it.
I was about to ask a question.
I love that you're doing it in a voice too. Go.
But you answered it just then. Oh, I was about to ask where Ensign Kim ended up after famously being Ensign Kim throughout the entire show.
Exactly.
But then you just told it, so I have no question. I scrambled in my brain where I can grab some other kind of question. Because I don't have any.
That's okay. But in reality, I think what would have been fun is if Voyager took the same route as Gilligan's Island. We get back to Earth, we get on another ship, and we get lost again, you know? Where are they? They're in the formerly unknown Epsilon Quadrant, which we just discovered, or they're in fluidic space with N472, you know, so, yeah. But thank you for your almost question, I appreciate that.
Do you think he would have promoted then?
I think every single universe, alternate universe, Kim never gets promoted. I think that's just the way to go. That'd be funny. Thank you very much, though. A for effort. Okay. Hi.
Hello. So my question is, with Voyager, it's been said by, that there are certain restrictions as far as showing emotion, stuff like that.
Yes, there was.
Knowing what kind of, vibrant and entertaining personality you have in real life, if those rules had been taken away, is there any specific elements of yourself that you would have liked to put into Harry Kim?
Yeah, I mean, I pitched to the writers. I said, look, let's have a B storyline where you have a ship-wide talent show. And so Kim gets up and does this impersonation of all the rest of the members of the crew. And they were like, no. So then we didn't go that route. And what's even worse, salt in the wound. Every time someone on the show has been allowed to, in the script, to do an impersonation of somebody else, they have placed me in that scene with no lines, just to watch that, and in misery. Do you guys remember when 7 of 9 was impersonating the Doctor, because the Doctor was inside her, oh, so horrible. Oh, Dwight Schultz, Barkley, is in the mess hall, and he's impersonating Janeway, and they put me right next to him. I'm going,
There's coffee in that nebula.
So it's just, it was horrible. I would do, a little bit more, some impersonations and lighten it up a little bit. But it's true, when we booked Voyager, they told all the actors to downplay their emotions, the human characters. They said, all you human characters, Chakotay, Paris, Kim, Janeway, you must be very, 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 two-dimensional almost militaristic. We don't want you to put too much emotion into your delivery of your lines. If you do that, you'll be sent a memo requesting that you reshoot that scene the following week. And they held true to that. I tried to put a little bit of emotion in a couple of lines, I got a little memo. I reshot that scene. Tried it again, sneak it through, nope, they caught it, had to reshoot that scene. Three times I did it, then I gave up. Janeway, season 1, had to reshoot 30 to 40 scenes. There were times when Kate was crying in season 1. You don't see her. Do you see Janeway bawling her? No. And I sit there going, that's not fair. You're not allowing the humans to have... And the whole reason was they thought to have the humans to be low-key to make the aliens look more realistic. And I thought, aliens like Vulcans, so the humans are low-key to make the Vulcans look more low-key? I don't get this. What's happening, right? It makes no sense at all. But Janeway, 40 scenes. No tears, nothing. And it's sad because, is it the beginning of Generations where we watched Picard cry for 27 minutes? Is that what I don't know, is that the movie where he's crying about the nephew and nieces that die, right? So I said, you allow Picard to have tears, but you don't allow Janeway to have tears? So, I had a little bit of a problem with that, unfortunately. But thank you.
Thank you.
Yep. Hey man, you're here.
Yes, sir, I am.
Okay.
Okay, so one, I think you were actually in second grade, weren't you?
My what?
Ensign second grade?
I'm ensign second, what?
No, like, there's ensign first grade.
Oh, ensign first grade, ensign second grade, okay.
Yeah. Weren't you at least second grade at one point?
I don't think so.
No?
No,
Okay.
I'm bottom of the barrel ensign. I play Pokemon. Any Pokemon Go players in the room here? Okay, so if you ever see a gym and it says Forever Ensign, that's me. That's my title.
Okay,
Yeah.
so the real question is, out of all of Voyager, what was your favorite part of the series for you?
For me, anytime I didn't have to wear the Starfleet uniform. Anytime seriously, that thing was a wool blend, okay? And those hot studio lights, I was sweating so badly. And you know what happens when sweat dries? You get a little white salt stain that goes across there on the black. So the wardrobe was always wiping that off of me like, Garrett, I'm like, I can't help it, it's hot. So that suit in and of itself was a nightmare for me. So the best part of Voyager was if I could wear something in a scene that was not, like Captain Proton, I got to wear something different, right? That was wonderful. I remember in the beginning of the show, they were asking me, do you have any concerns about, that we need to know about as an actor? And I said, well, as a human being, I would rather you not play up on the fact that Kim is Asian and have him go into the mess hall and request an order of noodles or, give me some fried rice. I don't want that. I wanted him to be Starfleet first, Asian second. So they actually called me into the office season 1 saying, in this episode, Kim and some of the other crew go down to a planet. They're wearing normal clothes. They're not wearing their Starfleet uniform. So the garment that we've selected for you to wear may be a little bit questionable because it kind of folds over like an Asian garment, like a karate gi or whatever. So I came in to look at it, to wardrobe, and I'm looking at it, and it's really well done. There's different types of patterns going on, and it wasn't very Asian-esque, just the way it folded over. And I said, no, that looks okay. And they said, oh, by the way, this piece of wardrobe is repurposed. It's already been worn by someone in the Star Trek universe. And I said, oh, who wore this? And they said, oh, Patrick Stewart. I go, oh, I'll wear this as a turban, I'll wear it as a diaper. Patrick Stewart wore it, so sure. Whatever you want. I could use this as my uniform, actually, so.